You know what, yeah? After sitting back, relaxing, analysing, thinking, I realised that maybe Anthony Black and Jett Howard were the right picks. Or if not maybe the right picks personnel-wise, the logic behind picking them made sense. Obviously, a lot of fans wanted a guy like Grady Dick, who was available at 11, or at 6, I think they just didn't want someone like Black, maybe like a Taylor Hendricks. But at the same time, I get the logic behind it. Realistically speaking, if you look at the point guard position, there's a logjam. You've got Cole, you've got Jalen, you've got Markel. Gary's more of a 2, but he's still a guard. But I guess Anthony Black has a skill set which none of them have, in the sense that I can see him potentially becoming a very, very high level defender, which I don't see the current guards becoming. His playmaking skills are really intriguing as well. I know Markel's the lead playmaker, but I feel like Anthony Black brings a sense of explosiveness, athleticism, tenacity, which the Magic don't really have in the backcourt position. I know looking at his stats, they're kind of like, he's not averaging 20 a game, nothing like flashy that pops out, nothing like, we're getting this. But there's more to the game than just stats. There's plenty of guys who have had a greater impact to the NBA level that may not average 20, 25 points per game. He's still a decent scorer. He can get through him. He's dumb explosive, dumb athletic. But defensively is exactly why I feel like the Magic took this leap. Their perimeter defense isn't terrible, but they don't have that one guard who can apply constant ball pressure and can be an elite defender like a ball hawk type guy. Anthony Black averaged 2.1 steals per game. I know that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate necessarily, but defensively, the guy's really tenacious. He really gives his all on the end of the floor. And there's not that many guys in today's NBA, believe it or not, that really play both ends of the floor at the same intensity. And I feel like Anthony Black is going to be one of those guys. He has certain things you can't teach, such as the pure athleticism, the speed, and overall intelligence and IQ on the floor. You can't teach IQ. Some guys are born with it or just have a natural feel for the game. Anthony Black is one of those guys. You don't really see too many guys who have that much speed and athleticism be so composed and so high IQ, because when you're fast and going 100 miles per hour, you're bound to make sometimes some boneheaded decisions. Anthony Black is one of the most intelligent guys who were in this draft and on the board, and his ability to read the floor was second to none. You might see 4 assists per game and think, that's nothing special, but it's college. Assist numbers don't necessarily tell the full picture of someone's ability to control the tempo, make the right play, and ensure the offense is running smoothly, and Anthony Black definitely does that. So now I've kind of relaxed a little bit. I see why they made this pick. Why would you pick another guard who's so similar to what you have? And if your guards as a whole aren't moving the needle, then bring someone in who has a breath of fresh air, different type of model of guard than what you've had, and see where that takes you. Does that mean they're going to move on from one of their current guards? That's yet to be seen. I don't know. But you know what? I'm more intrigued about Anthony Black the more I kind of see it out, think about it, and think about the logic of Jeff Weltman drafting him. So I believe the reaction he got was a bit over the top. But, I feel like he can do some things with the Orlando Magic. Now, moving on to the next guy they drafted at 11, which was Jett Howard. You know what? I kind of like the pick because is he an elite shooter? No. But is he a good shooter? Of course he is. But he also has some sort of self-creation and scoring ability. I'd say Jett Howard's more of a scorer than just a shooter. Funny enough, I feel like he's so identical to a guy who was once in Orlando, Tobias Harris. And if you think about it, I guess that's not a bad player to pick up for what you need. He's a guy who can score, can space the floor. I do question his ability to finish inside, but I definitely anticipate him to improve in that area, of course. But, defensively, I'd say that's my biggest concern with Jett Howard. He's a guy who, like Tobias Harris, he's 6'8". I wouldn't say he can keep up with fast wings, athletic wings, because he can't really. But as a team defender, he won't be too bad. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be getting absolutely torched defensively. But there are times where he may not be the best guy to guard a quick athletic combo wing one-on-one. But at the same time, I like the pick. He gives you more than just shooting. He's a scorer. And I feel like there's definitely some upside drafting Jett Howard. Obviously, with this pick, I definitely think you could have taken Grady, but that's not the point in this video. I understand the logic behind the pick. I see where you're going. I think if you're weighing up him and Grady Dick, I look at Grady Dick as more of just a spot-up shooter who can shoot off the move really well. I see Jett Howard being someone who can not only shoot, but can become a real shot creator from beyond the arc and creating his own shot. And if you're a team like the Magic without much floor spacing, I want a guy who can shoot well off the catch and also create a shot from beyond the arc, because that's just another layer of it, and that helps the team even more. So, I mean, I kind of get the pick. I see the direction they're going in. So, why not? And then I did mention that he needs to improve as a finisher inside. But there were flashes of Jett Howard just being an effective cutter. And then cutting is such an underrated thing. If you watch the Magic yet, because I know maybe not all Magic fans are watching this. Franz Wagner is the best cutter. I don't care what anyone says. He is the best cutter in the NBA. That alone can give you 10 easy points, and it's another form of just bailout offense. It's so stupid. It's so simple. Cutting is the most simple thing in the NBA. If you're an effective cutter, that's going to add 5 more points to your average. And Jett Howard has shown me signs of being a good cutter and an effective one. Just look at Franz Wagner tape. So there's some upside there. So you're looking at a guy who can become an overall all-round, well-rounded scorer. I said all-around, well-rounded scorer, you know what I mean. And defensively, there's a bit to be desired, but I'm sure he can improve it. He has a good size and frame. He may not be the quickest, most athletic, but that shows that his skill set isn't reliant on just athleticism. It's mainly reliant on skill. So if he tones that skill and polishes it even more, he's going to become a really nice scorer in this league. So I get the idea. I'd grade it like a B+, both picks overall. We'll see how they pan out in Summer League when the season starts. It'll be interesting to see who potentially gets moved off this roster. But, let's give Jett Howard and Anthony Black a chance and we'll see what happens. But that's all I got for this video today. Thank you guys so much for listening. Stay blessed and I'm out. Peace.